CleanSpark is issuing more dilution. They announced that conveniently again on a holiday weekend. They really need to quit that habit. People don't like it, myself included. Why are you ruining my holiday weekend? Why can't you save that announcement for a regular weekend that's just, average and boring at best instead of, ruining my whole 3 days? Stop doing that, guys. It's really annoying. It's okay. I mean, it didn't really ruin my weekend, but it was annoying to read again. Like, oh, really? After the bell on a holiday weekend, again, you're announcing a big, huge dilution to the stock. You really, that does not inspire confidence, guys. Stop doing it. It's irritating. Anyways, so CleanSpark had a huge announcement on Friday after the bell. They announced this here. They had they released a 14A SEC filing. I was alerted to this by a community member on Saturday morning after I had released the weekly and monthly closes episode of Trade Cave. And in this here, you can see that they want to vote, and this vote is going to come through. When is this vote going to come through? I read it, but I forgot. Hold on. When are we going to vote on this thing? They're gonna hold a meeting in October, so it's gonna be in October. They did not list the exact day and time yet, but it will be in October, so next month. So this hasn't been decided yet, but it is on the books to be voted on in October. I think we should probably consider figuring out how to participate in this and vote, as the majority of us, I imagine, are probably shareholders of this particular stock. Anyways, what they have proposed here is they want to authorize for the issuance from up to 300 million shares, okay, to 600 million shares. So they want to double the amount of shares outstanding, effectively cutting the value of your CleanSpark in half. Say that again, in half. So if you've watched the CleanSpark When Moon video on Trade Cave that I did 4 months ago, all these numbers in half now. I mean, it hasn't been voted on, but in half now. I came to the conclusion that we could see here. Let me turn off the volume so you don't hear me twice. I came to the conclusion in that video that that we'd probably have about 274 million outstanding shares. CleanSpark has now said that they're basically going to do the 300 plus, meaning they're going to do that full, what was it, 1.2 or $3 billion dilution from before, and then add an additional however many billions on top of that. And they're not even doing it in dollar values anymore. They're doing it in share count. You'll notice the difference in language there now. Before they were talking about dollar values. Now they're talking about share count. So I don't like that. That pisses me off, actually, that they're doing share count. So it's a guaranteed chopping in half of the prospect of my CleanSpark versus whatever the dollar amount may be, which could have been significantly lower than the market cap. So this is, no matter what, it is going to be half the market cap. I would vote no on this. That's a little too much, I think. I think they need to, they've been on a good path, right? And I was thinking, oh yeah, they could hit like 57, 60 bucks sometime next year with like their nearly 300 million shares. But with 600 million shares, that goes down to $30, right? I don't see them getting past 30, maybe $35 in a bull run, maybe high 30s, maybe $36, $37 in a mega bull run if they've got 600 million shares outstanding. Okay, so this is the biggest threat to the value of your CleanSpark shares right now. Now, I know some people are going to come back and they're going to say, oh yeah, but they need the money, they need to grow, they need to reach their 50 exahash goal, and that's going to make them worth so much more in the future. And to you, I'd say, yes, that is correct. However, we are on a timeline here. Our time is running out. We have until, so the cycle ends. The cycle for Bitcoin ends next year. Next Christmas is well, not even Christmas, like November is the absolute last period of time when we're going to see a big run up until the next bull run. That's 4 years out. Do you want to hold this thing for 4 years? I'm not holding this thing for 4 years. In fact, and some people are going to get upset about this, but this is just how I'm feeling right now, and I'll probably hold up to this. If CleanSpark has any misstep on their roadmap, I'm going to dump them. If they are going to dilute this hard, this frequently, they do not they are not going to be allowed the benefit of the doubt to have any missteps on their roadmap. So if CleanSpark approves this, doubling their shares, having my potential outlook in terms of how much I can earn off of their stock, if there's a single misstep going forward on their roadmap, I'm going to absolutely dump all of their shares because they have violated my trust in them at this point. But they've taken out, last quarter they announced they're taking out a $50 million line of credit with Coinbase. Not sure what they're going to do with that, but they were showing that, hey, maybe we won't dilute anymore. Maybe it's time to start looking at taking on some debt as we run into the bull run. And then they come back with this essentially doubling their share count, having my potential profit on their stock in one move. Now, this hasn't been approved yet. Of course, this has not been approved yet, so none of this is actually happening yet. But remember that the people that are writing these releases here, they have the majority of the voting power. So if they wrote it, they want it, they'll vote for it, they vote for it, they get it. Okay. And as shareholders, yes, we can vote, but the chances of us outvoting the board and the chief executive officers, the chief officers is slim. That is slim. So this is likely to be pushed through by them, and I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I feel like this is a bit excessive. I feel like if they have, unless they are absolutely nailing their roadmap every step of the way, missing absolutely not missing a single beat, then yeah, I can deal with this. But if they come up short one time this year, they come up short one time, I'm going to dump them. I'm dumping them 100%. And that's it. I'll be done with them, and I'll move on to the next one. Maybe I'll put it in Bitfarms. Put it on Bitfarms or Bitdigital. Something that isn't Bitdigital. One that isn't really diluting me and actually has been providing me a pretty wicked gain. I think I'm up. I've doubled that stock before in the past and sold it. Right now, I think I'm up 50-something% on my Bitdigital shares. Bitdigital has been performing for me. CleanSpark, I'm up like 3%, and I'm about to drop into the red on you guys because you keep diluting, you keep announcing news at irritating times, which makes it sus. Stop doing that. It's very sus when you announce these sorts of things over a holiday weekend. People don't like it. Stop doing it. Anyways, let's look at the chart. So before, I was thinking, yeah, this thing could get hit like $60 in like the bull run. It gets like a $15 billion valuation. Now we're looking at, if we have 600 million shares and you get a $15 billion valuation, so we're talking about 15, what was it, 100? No, 1,000 divided by 600. You're looking at like $25. So if they hit $15 billion with a 600 million shares, they could be worth only $25. That's this high right here. That's right here, which is, let's go here, from where we currently are, assuming we don't fall any further, which is only an increase of, about right there, 135%. That's it, just 135%. We don't get into Bitcoin miners. We don't get into crypto and Bitcoin miners for 135%, okay? I'm not in this for 135%. We're in this for multi-baggers, okay? If your company can't provide a multi-bagger in a crypto space, it's not worth anything. I know those are harsh words, and some people are going to be upset about that, but that is the truth. No one gets into crypto or crypto-backed assets for 100%. That's weak sauce. Nobody wants that. They want multi-baggers. Otherwise, we don't buy it. You know, I know that's complaining, and that's going to sound like some people aren't going to like that. I said that, that, 100% is weak. When we're talking about crypto, it is weak. It is not what we're here for. And CleanSpark keeps diluting. CleanSpark is diminishing the ability to get a multi-bagger every single time it releases these ATMs, these issuances. And if they have any misstep, I am not going to remain confident in them if they have a misstep going forward. So they better be on it. They better nail their hit their marks. They better nail everything on their roadmap. Otherwise, I'm going to lose confidence in this company. And that's just how I feel about it. Now, I know there's a lot of FUD. I'm sorry. That feels like FUD. But it is the truth to a certain extent. they are doubling. They want to double their share count. They are very likely going to achieve what they want and double that share count. If they double that share count, that means if they want to get to $50 at 600 million shares, they need a $30 billion market cap. No Bitcoin miner has gotten a $30 billion market cap before. The highest in the past was 7.5 or 6, which was for Mara. 7. So 30 divided by 7.56, I think it was. That's almost 4 times the value of the previous highest market cap achieved by a publicly traded Bitcoin miner. Almost 4. Do you think that CleanSpark can do that? Can it do that? I remain skeptical of its ability to reach a $30 billion market cap. Even Mara, I'm skeptical that even the biggest miners could reach potentially a $30 billion market cap. That's a ton of money. There are other options to invest in Bitcoin these days, not just Bitcoin miners. You have MicroStrategy, you have the ETFs. You don't need to, I mean, you have companies taking on the MicroStrategy method and buying Bitcoin and putting it on their balance sheet. Bitcoin miners aren't the only game in town anymore. And when they were the only game in town, the highest market cap reached by a single Bitcoin miner was just over $7 billion. And in order now for this stock to reach the valuations I was talking about in the When Moon episode, basically completely ruining that episode of being any value, it would need to reach upwards of $30 billion. Okay, keep that in mind. Market cap's important in these guys. Market cap is really important on these ones, especially when they keep diluting. So right now I'm looking at CleanSpark probably coming down a little further. People are upset. People are doing this math and they're saying, well, the highest it's ever going to get is 25 or something now, maybe 20, 25. Like, it's going to struggle. If they dilute us down to 600 million shares or up to 600 million shares, CleanSpark is going to have a really hard time getting past this level right here. It's going to have a really hard time getting past 18 to 20. We might see it only come up to like $16, $17 now. Now, the question is, when do they start turning on the dilution again? Is it going to be right at $15? Are they going to hit 15 and then are we going to get stuck in a range between like 15 and 12 now going forward? That's my other concern. When are they going to turn on the dilution? When are they going to turn on the money faucet on us again and turn us into their personal checkbook? And when are we going to get stuck in this huge amount of consolidation while other miners were running? When is that going to happen? That is my concern with CleanSpark now. So anyways, I guess the real point of this was, let's get a discourse going in the comments. Like, let me know what you think. How do you feel about this? Are you as upset as I am about this? Are you feeling like CleanSpark has not necessarily betrayed you, but like it feels like they're overreaching a little bit. And I don't necessarily like their method for releasing this news. It feels scummy. The way that they released that news multiple times over the holiday weekends, almost as if they know they shouldn't be doing it, so they're doing it over a long weekend where you can't do anything about it for 3 days, or and to give you time to digest the bad news and not sell on them. Like, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I'm not having a good time with this one right now. Now, I do like CleanSpark still. They are still one of the biggest miners. They have one of the largest hodls. They have been nailing their roadmap for a while now. They have been nailing it. If they continue to absolutely nail that roadmap, I will continue to hold CleanSpark up until I start seeing where this distribution is going to be. Like, if it's going to be 15 to 12, you better believe I'll sell at $15. Okay? Because if I'm going to be range bound from 15 to 12 through Christmas this year, while Mara's trading at like $80 or something ridiculous, like it probably will be, while Bit Digital is trading at like $10, $12, Bit Farm's trading at $8, $9. Like, if that happens, like if those are trading in that range and this thing is still under $18, I'm going to sell CleanSpark. That's another situation. I will sell CleanSpark and moving into something moving faster. Like, if Riot starts outpacing CleanSpark, you better believe I'm going to be done with it. That's an important thing to remember, right? Like, where is it going to be turned on? Where are we going to find that consolidation, that distribution of those shares? Is it going to be at a lower price point than this $20 to $15 range? Because if it is, other miners are going to run. They're going to run, and they're going to run hard. in Q4. And of course, none of this is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Simply my thoughts and for informational and entertainment purposes here at the Trade Cave. So that is what I'm thinking right now. I would need to see where this distribution is going to take place and when it's going to take place. We know it's going to take place at a high. Whenever we see a big God candle over here that's up, 20, 30%, we can basically count on them diluting us and diluting us hard. The question is, where is that candle going to come into play? Is it going to come into play under $15 or over $15? If it's under $15, I think we start getting stuck range bound due to their dilution between $15 and $12. If that happens, we're not going above $15 this year. And other miners are going to go way faster, way higher, way faster than CleanSpark if that happens. So pay attention to that, and I'll be talking about that going forward. When I see that dilution coming through, when I see that distribution pattern playing out, because other miners are going to run Q4 likely. If CleanSpark isn't a part of that pack, I don't want CleanSpark. Because at that point, there are faster horses, and I want to be on the faster horse versus that one. So that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description as well as the channel bio. Sorry for the doom and gloom video, and have a profitable day.